Greetings, friends. Jason here for AxodysFC. It is Thursday evening. Sun is about to set, and just checking in with a quick update. Follow up on the Uruguay and Colombia game. So there was the post-game skirmish between Colombia fans and kind of overrunning the area where a lot of the Uruguayan families and supporters were. And anyway, there was word that a couple Uruguayan players went in. The one name that I had heard at the time was Darwin Nunez from Liverpool. But then, in the worst possible news, in addition to picking up an injury, that forced him to leave the game, Bentancur was filmed throwing at least one bottle into the crowd, and how that helps the situation, who knows? But he hit a Uruguayan staff member. I mean, very frustrating. Couple weeks for Bentancur, just when he finally gets a start, and then one step forward, 3 steps back. So no word yet on what kind of suspension those two players will get. And actually, the bizarre thing too was there were literally police in the middle of that scrum, because when you saw the zoomed in footage of Nunez looking to mix it up with them, there were literally a couple overrun police in the swarm. Not enough, obviously, but it wasn't like security was not, it just failed. It was clearly they were overrun and they didn't have enough, but it wasn't like they had turned a blind eye completely. Very frustrating to have a situation like that on top of his racist joke about Sonny, and on Reddit a lot of people are just like, time to cut ties with him. I'm not quite to that point, but it wouldn't shock me if the club is starting to think, is it time to start thinking of moving on, because we don't know how serious his injury is as well. Very frustrating. Beyond that, what did I want to talk about tonight? Yes. Klopp says no. Basically, apparently U.S. soccer kind of reached out to him through his intermediaries, just kind of put the feelers out to gauge his interest, and he said no. He is really serious about wanting to take some time off and recharge, and that time has not passed, and that was kind of my expectation, even if he was remotely interested in U.S. soccer, which I don't think he necessarily would be even. The reality is he's serious about taking at least a season or whatever he feels he needs, and jump right back into a national team job like that, even though I have to believe a national team job is not the same as a Premier League manager type job. Much more not the constant, it's much more, there's a rhythm to it probably. There are easier periods and then intense ones during competitions or friendlies or whatever when the international breaks come up. But I can't imagine that you're just working 24/7 in that intervening time. Definitely. Although I would be interested in hearing discussion from managers that have done both, and what international managers are doing with their time, because there's so much off time. Are they scouting their own players? Are they where does all the time go for that? I'm genuinely interested. because obviously you are doing stuff constantly. I just have to doubt that the intensity is quite the same on the in-between time. But, excuse me, beyond that, yeah, so I haven't heard any really good ideas for who might be a viable, there's no clear front runner at this point in my mind. So I'm curious to start hearing some things in that. One guy that Freddie Adu brought up, and at least one other person, is, I think his last name is Renard. He's a French manager. He's been pretty successful internationally. Right now he's the French women's national team coach, I believe. And anyway, he has a lot of experience, though, on the men's side in particular. I think won like an Africa Cup of Nations. I forget which team he was coaching when he did that, but definitely had some credentials internationally. And, it's a guy most Americans would never have thought of or heard of, but is, kind of intriguing. I'm sure there are countless others. One, an American that is, has been managing in Germany for a while is Pellegrino Materazzi, or am I saying it backwards? Anyway, Materazzi, Pellegrino. Right now he's the manager at Hoffenheim. He's been at a few other Bundesliga spots as well. And, he would, no chance that he would be, or, an interesting candidate, definitely, from an American with international experience perspective. But anyway, lots of questions still. And, really, we're just waiting for some things to wrap up, probably, and like the Euros, and then we'll Copa America. All kinds of stuff will start happening after those things. But anyway, no Klopp, which is unexpected and fine. I would be curious too if Klopp would, if you said, do you have any suggestions? Who would you throw out there, Jürgen? And I'd be curious what he would say. But anyway, sun's just about down, and I think I'm going to call it a night. So as always, thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy these. And remember, to dare is to do.